couple things that I would say is probably what your problem is whenever if you can shoot a pattern like you just shot, practicing standing still, getting in a tree stand and shooting at a deer, a couple of tricks that I use to pull me into a tighter group and a more consistent shot. First of all, when you're holding your release, I use a Scott as well. When you pull your release back, you want to make sure you're not using the tip of your finger to shoot the target. These are made to be, if you're using the tip of your finger, what you'll end up doing is punching the target. You'll punch it and that's going to cause you to totally blow your shot. So I made this little thing right here. It's just a bungee cord with a PVC pipe, and I'll show you what I'm talking about of how to hold this release. You just clip your release onto it like a normal, and the number one thing to remember is when you pull your bow back, you get back and you get anchored in, you don't want the tip on that trigger. You want to actually wrap your whole finger around your trigger on your release and grip the whole trigger tight. And then as you find your spot, as you're holding it like it is, you want to actually just pull your whole hand away from the bow, straight back, and let it go off on its own without having to target punch. And when it goes off, you'll have a more consistent downrange shot. That's number one thing I would start working on, is learning how to put your finger on that release. A lot of people don't hold these the right way. The other thing is, if you're shooting most of your deer from 20 to 40, always practice at least 20 yards further than what you're going to shoot. It's going to cause you to pull your groups in tighter. So if you're shooting a lot of deer at 30 yards, practice at 50. Never even shoot your 20 and 30 and 40 yard pin. Always shoot 50, 50, 50. Because if you start like this at 50, and in a few weeks you're pulling them into here at 50, guess what you're going to be doing at 0 to 30? You'll be putting them in a pot, you'll be putting them in a quarter-size ring. That's a couple things. That release, that target punch, anytime you're shooting at a deer, it's totally different than standing there looking at a still target. Simply because you're relaxed, you know the deer. When you're deer hunting, you got all the adrenaline's going, everything's going. You don't bend the right way at the waist, and all that can affect your sights. Your knock point, anchor point, finding your peep sight, getting everything squared away, and remembering to let the arm do the work and not target punch. Try that and see if that helps you pull them in tighter. Let me know.